Good morning. Do a quick video update of what I've been studying. As I had about a 3 month layoff studying. I like to take a couple weeks once in a while to digest thousands of pages of reading and the exegesis and analytical thinking. It kind of gives an overload, and I took 3 months off this time. Going through a bit of a rough time, but the last week and a half feeling great. Back to the weights and back to the study and my two passions. And right now I am studying Genesis 1 through 11, as well as the book of Hebrews. Hebrews, right now, the authorship of Hebrews. Then we'll get into topical and theological issues, refuting certain aspects of full preterism, Seventh-day Adventism, dispensationalism, the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society when it comes to the deity of Christ, maybe some exegetical work. So Hebrews I'm working on. I've got right here a few commentaries on Hebrews, as well as a few on my, and there's a little work, as well as the last work, on the authorship of Hebrews. Notepad there, and of course, the good old New American Standard. Now that's Hebrews, and on my tablet here I have the Word Biblical Commentary, which is a standard, very exegetical commentary, volume 1 and 2 by William Lane on Hebrews. The Baker commentary series on Hebrews, Anchor Bible commentary on Hebrews. These are all very solid exegetical scholarly commentaries on Hebrews. The New International Greek New Testament. I forget the fellow's name. Actually started reading him there last night. Cockrell. So I have here F.F. Bruce. I have Witherington. I have some of the best works on Hebrews you can find. And so my goal in Hebrews right now is to, I don't know if you can come to a decisive decision. The majority of scholarship today, it's not Paul. It's Apollos, Barnabas, maybe Priscilla. But I have a couple works here. One here by John Wells for the authorship of Paul, and this is a more technical one, but a smaller one by David Allen Black, who's an actual exegete, given his case for the internal and external reasonings for the authorship of Hebrews, the case for Paul. So looking at that, and like I said, I'll be focusing in on theological and topical issues. As I said, Adventism when it comes to their sanctuary doctrine, their investigative judgment 1844 doctrine. I'll be hammering them on that. I'll be hammering the full preterists on certain issues when it comes to the book of Hebrews, especially the covenant, the new covenant, and the atonement. Roman Catholicism when it comes to transubstantiation and the sacrifice being a perpetual sacrifice, not a one-time sacrifice. Every time the Mass is said, wherever it's said all over the world, Christ is being sacrificed on the altar again. And we'll refute dispensationalism when it comes to Hebrews, since it's not very hard. So more of a theological, topical, and maybe some exegetical work that I'm going to do in Hebrews. Genesis. I have some works on Genesis, some very solid ones in the Interpreter's Bible Commentary. They give the critical view of Genesis. Richard Hayes' Introduction to the Old Testament gives a critical view, and it gets into the Pentateuch, who wrote the Pentateuch, as I looked into before as well. The Julius, what's his name, Wall, Hazen view, and before him Ben Ezra had a develop it just a little bit, a Jewish fella. And so I'll be studying Genesis 1 through 11. Is it historical? Or is this poetry? Is this another type of language? I lean towards the fact that it's poetry, that Adam represents Israel. Was there an Adam? Was there a fall? Yes, I believe so. If not, then there's no point of a resurrection. 1 Corinthians 15. There's no point of justification in eternal life in the righteousness of Christ, his one act of obedience, the cross. There's no point of that if there's no first Adam, Romans 5:12 and following. And so we do have a historic Adam, I believe, but I believe Genesis 1 through 11, taken from, there's a work you can get that it's probably 150 pages, $160, and you can get it for free on pdfdrive.com, a great source for finding commentaries, works, pdfdrive.com. Ancient Near Eastern texts. And we see the Epic of Gilgamesh, so on and so forth, the Sumerian, Akkadian, Babylonian texts. And so I'm open. I'm open to even theistic evolution. I looked into a bit before, even though science is not really an area I want to get into much. Pretty much more of the narrative of Genesis. So that's where I'm at in my studies. Genesis 1 through 11 and the book of Hebrews. These are two questions that I had. I wanted to develop Hebrews even more, as I think next to Romans, Hebrews is just full of splendor and glory. It's just an amazing work. So I want to delve into that more, even though I've delved into it quite a bit in the past. But these are the two issues. After a long 3-month break, I said I'm gonna go here with Genesis 1 through 11 in the book of Hebrews. And so I will, as I said, the full preterist, I'll be refuting Don and his works, especially these two. He mentions Hebrews chapter 9, the time of Reformation. And I did a video, and who was this Babylon? I did a video, he mentions them here, it was like a 50-minute video, refuting Don Preston on the time of Reformation. Hebrews 9, the time of Reformation, Don Preston. And I'll try to put that link in there with the description. I'll be examining that as well as part of my theological topical study, from Adventism all the way to certain areas of covenant eschatology, corporate body view of full preterism, the time of Reformation of Hebrews chapter 9-10, the atonement of Christ, and the new covenant. And so that's where I'm at right now. And so happy studying, guys.